Hey everyone, welcome to your Winnipeg Home Buyers Guide. I'm your host, Sarah Buffy, and I'm excited to walk you through the home buying process here in Winnipeg, really break it down for you so that it's easy and simple for you to understand. Let's get started. A little bit about myself. I'm a real estate agent here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I'm originally from Winnipeg, so I know lots about the city and everything that it has to offer. One thing about me is I love to connect and meet new people. I am a super outgoing person. And something that I do that's a little bit different from other real estate agents in the city is I'm huge on social media. So I specialize in home tour videos. What that entails is I go around to other agents' listings and my listings and show the homes, take video, price breakdown, that kind of thing. It's also a really good way for you as home buyers to see what the homes really look like. I know sometimes listing photos can be deceiving, that sort of thing, and it's a great way to connect with people as well. Why Winnipeg? Winnipeg consistently ranks as one of the most affordable major Canadian cities for home buyers, especially first time home buyers. You can find amazing properties and homes here for great pricing. We have a diverse economy healthcare, manufacturing, technology, and education, which is amazing. And we're a central location in Canada. We are dead center, the middle of Canada, making it a transportation hub with easy access to other provinces and the US. It's only a 2 hour drive from the US to the US, sorry, from Winnipeg. Makes it easy to fly out of there too, which is super convenient. Moving on. Types of properties available. We have everything you need here in Winnipeg. Single family homes, condos, townhouses, new builds, and pre construction. So, whether you're looking to build your dream home on a vacant lot, or a condo downtown, or a townhouse duplex to rent out, we have everything you need. Now, some popular areas in our city. There are multiple amazing areas to live here, safe, family friendly. But I just broke down a couple of my favorites. So, Charleswood has lots of spacious lots, which are semi rural with tons of greenery. So, beautiful lots, big lots. Um, and then River Heights, trendy neighborhood, really central, old mid-century character homes. A lot of them have been redone inside, updated, but still kept that character to them. This is a super trendy place to live right now. St. Boniface is a French community. It's an older area, but there's tons of new development here, especially within the past couple of years, I would say. A lot of new duplexes going up, a lot of tear downs and building of new homes, a lot of rental properties in St. Boniface. Great place to live, super central as well. Close to the University of St. Boniface as well. St. Vital, now I'm a little bit biased because I grew up in St. Vital, but it's an amazing area, super popular, family-friendly neighborhood. Close to so many schools, shopping, residential, everything you need. A lot of newer homes. Um, like I said, close to shopping, super safe. Bridgewater. Now, this is a newer area to Winnipeg. It's all new built homes. The land is a little bit smaller, so you don't have as much yard space, but the homes are massive. Super safe area, a little bit further on the outskirts of Winnipeg. You're still close to lots. You have everything you need, but again, to get to downtown is a little bit further. Market trends, let's talk a little bit about these. So while interest rates have seen slight fluctuations, they have stabilized in early 2025, making homeownership more accessible to buyers, especially first-time home buyers. So that's great to see. The average home prices have seen a modest increase with a 6.3% rise year over year in February 2025, and active listings down by 15% year over year, signaling a competitive market. So, majority of the buyers that I'm working with right now are having a tough time because we're competing against a lot of other offers. We're low in inventory right now, so it's a really good time for sellers. It is an exciting time for buyers too, but a little bit harder. That's why it's important to choose the right real estate agent. If you choose the right agent, we can get it done. Who can buy in Winnipeg? Canadian citizens and permanent residents have no restrictions at all. You're good to go. Now, foreign buyers are subject to Canadians' foreign ban. It started in 2023 and It's here for the foreseeable future. There are some exceptions though. So if you have questions about this, reach out. Let's talk and go more into depth about this. First time homebuyer incentives. This is super important. So there's government programs like the first time homebuyer incentive, which is a shared equity program. And my favorite is the RRSP homebuyers plan, which you can withdraw up to $35,000 tax free from an RRSP. So if you're looking to buy your first home, my number one suggestion is to start putting money into an RRSP so that you can withdraw that $35,000 or however much you have in there, put it towards your first home when you're ready. Makes a huge difference. The legal process. So transactions handled through Manitoba's Terrence land title system. So they transfer all the titles for us, super secure. They do an awesome job. And the importance of working with a real estate lawyer to ensure a smooth transaction, super, super important. I have lots of lawyers that I can recommend to you, great lawyers who do an amazing job and have your best interest at heart. Now, the buying process, the exciting part. I cannot stress this number one step enough to get pre-approved for a mortgage. So what happens is the bank does a rough search of your salary, history through the years, and they'll do a credit check. And this tells us what price range we can look in. So if you're pre-approved up to $350,000, we are not going to be looking in the $500,000 range because if we make an offer, the bank will not approve us to buy that home. So it's super important. That is the number one step before buying a house. It'll make the process 10 times smoother and easier. Number 2, find a trusted real estate agent. Make sure you really connect with your real estate agent and that you trust them and that they really do have your best interest at heart. Number 3, search for properties. The exciting part, we get to look at homes that you're interested in. And then once we find one, we make an offer and negotiate the terms. And in that offer, there are normally conditions, which is a financing condition and home inspection. So I recommend doing both. The bank just does a double check to make sure we're all good to go to buy that home. And then a home inspection is for you to make sure that you don't miss anything and that you're not blindsided with anything that's wrong with the home. So that's really important. And then once those conditions are satisfied, we move on to the closing process. And the lawyer handles that title transfer, like I was talking about before, and the final payment. They make it super simple. They'll handle all of that for us. And the last step is possession and moving day. I will be there with you on possession day, so you're not alone. I'm here every step of the way with you. Now going over some financing and costs. So some mortgage options. You have a fixed rate, which is a set rate, so it stays the same, versus a variable rate mortgage, which fluctuates. Again, a mortgage specialist can tell you a lot more detail about these. I have people who I can connect you with that make it super simple and easy to understand. Minimum down payment of 5% for homes under $500,000 and 10% for portion over $500,000. So on and so forth. It goes up, up, up. You have to put down 5%. That is the minimum down payment here. Mortgage insurance, it's called CMHC, and it's required for down payments under 20%. So if you're putting a 5% down payment, 10%, 15, however much, under 20%, you are required to have mortgage insurance. If you have questions about that, we can go more into detail about that too. Just reach out. Now, closing costs and ongoing expenses. So land transfer tax is calculated based on the property's fair market value at the time. So that can fluctuate a ton. I look into all that and we can discuss that as well. Legal fees, normally from $15,000 to $2,500. It's more on the lower end normally, depending on who you're using. A home inspection ranges from $400 to $600. Property taxes, again, varies by location. And then you also have condo fees for condos and townhouses. That's only if you're looking, obviously, to buy a condo. So if that's what you're looking for, we will go into depth about that. I can explain everything there. Why Winnipeg is a strong investment market. So we have a growing economy and a very stable job market, which is awesome. High rental demand near universities and downtown. So there are so many students that rent around the University of Manitoba and downtown if that's where they work. Like internships, that kind of thing. We have favorable landlord laws and short-term rentals allowed with licensing. So we can't do Airbnb here, but you are allowed short-term rentals. Now, common buyer mistakes, and how we can avoid them. Skipping a mortgage pre-approval, I explained this a couple slides back, how important it is to get a pre-approval and how much smoother it will make the process for both of us, for everyone involved. That's super important. In ignoring closing costs and inspections, you don't want to just not get an inspection because you really want the house. That is super important. Buying based on emotions instead of investment potential. So I know that it's, again, especially if you're in competing offer situation, it's hard, right? Especially if you feel connected to the home or you really love it and you had your heart set on it. I really suggest just, we really need to think with our head first and not our heart, even though that's kind of harsh to say. It all works out better in the long run. So, some key takeaways. Winnipeg offers great affordability and a strong investment potential. Understand legal and financing aspects before purchasing. So, if you have questions or you're not sure about things before purchasing, let's sit down. Let's talk about it. I'm here to help. Work with experienced professionals, so an agent, mortgage broker, lawyer. Like I said, I can set that all up for you with people that you can trust. If you're working with me, I have people that I work alongside with that I trust as well. That's important to me. I want you to have the best experience possible. Know the costs and incentives available to buyers. Like I said, the home buyer programs, that kind of stuff. Let's talk about it. Know what your options are because that can make a huge difference in your home buying process. So that concludes our home buyer's guide. Thank you so much for being here. I hope we can connect in the future. And book your free 15-minute buyer's call with me down below if you want to talk more. All it is a quick call. We can, chat more, see what the next steps are, hear what you are looking for, your dream home, you want to invest, whatever you want to do. Book that free 15-minute call down below with me. Let's set it up. Let's connect. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thanks.